2019, I have so many goals that I have to attain. I have a lot. But one of the most significant ones that I really wanted to focus on was the fact that I wanted to have 5 solo exhibitions under my name, just 5. So far I'm at 2. I had one earlier in the year and I just had one now. I mean, not now, but last week at Top 10 Records on 338 West Jefferson Boulevard in Oak Cliff. Which, before I continue, thank you to Lily Taylor, because you really did help us out with the installation. It was very seamless. Everything went up great. You helped out with the supplies, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. But I just wanted to talk about how significant and how fulfilling it is to show your work off to the people that see your work, you know? When you have people that don't know you, but they know you by your work, it's a good feeling, you know. When you go to a restaurant or you go to another part of town and you talk to somebody and they're like, hey, do you know this guy who takes photos like this, and they describe a particular type of medium of work, it makes you feel good when you realize that's you, or you know the person that does that type of work. Like, that's a good feeling. So that's why I like exhibiting my work. I like for people to understand where I come from and understand my viewpoint. Great thing I love about photography is the fact that what I take a photo of is what I saw. You know, so the fact that you're seeing what I saw and then you're gonna have your own interpretation of what I saw versus my truer thinking of what I know I saw, I think that's great, because it just gives like a world of possibilities to interpretation of particular photographs. But that's why I love exhibiting my work. It just connects you to the viewer, it connects you to the person that loves your work. I just love the questions that they ask, like, what were you thinking when you shot this? Where was this at? What was the feeling of the subject that you were taking? Like, how did you get in contact with him? You know, how did you go about, like, what was the weather of this day? Like, how, you know, just questions like that. I love it, because it makes you dive deeper into the work, and it lets you connect with the viewer on another level, like a whole nother level. Because like I said, like, when you're expressing what you have in your mind to the world and they're able to see what's in your mind, I think that's a magical power, and I think that's really, really good. Like, take this photo for instance. One of the main questions I got, or I still get to this day, is the fact of, how did you shoot this? And where did you shoot it? And how did you get it to pose like that? And how did you do it? Well, first of all, Arnell Ballard is a crazy talented model. So really, I didn't have to do too much. I just let her confidence just do the working on that particular shot, right? But it was shot at the Texas studio, so it was a natural light studio in Oak Cliff. It was a great day, but that was a very tough shoot. And I love talking about it because I love explaining to the viewers of the particular works and the admirers of my particular work how tough beautiful shots are, and how tough they were to actually achieve. Like, this shot was very tough. The cue was heavy. I couldn't hang it up correctly. How I thought I was gonna hang it up when I walked in there was it wasn't the case. Nah, it's just crazy. But I love discussing that with the people that see my work. I love when they look at it and they're like, what was going on that day? Or why does he look like that? Or what was going on? Or take this photo for instance. It was really hot. Like, I remember it was like really high. It felt like a skillet out there. I think it was like 105 degrees to be honest that day. It was no wind at all. But I remember I was out there, I was in Deep Ellum doing street photography in downtown Dallas. And I had my D610, actually no, I had my Nikon D3300, but I had just purchased my 50mm lens from Nikon. And I saw this older gentleman, he was just sweating. Like, he looked like he was waiting on somebody, but come to find out he was actually trying to get a ride to go to Kansas City, and he was waiting on somebody to take him there. But we sparked a conversation. I asked him, could I get a shot, a photo of him? And I remember looking through the viewfinder and I seeing all the sweat come down his face and just seeing all the detail in his skin and everything. I just remember saying, I have to capture this. So I just raised up my aperture real high. I raised it up to like an 8 or a low. I raised it up to like an 8 or 11, and then I captured the shot. I knew for I knew off the top of my head, like I knew for a fact that was going to be a great shot without even looking at the back of the screen. But just the fact that people see my images like that and they see the detail and they see the work of the particular images, like even in that photo, you can see my body in his eyes. I love the fact that they see the details of it and they understand the hard work that goes into the actual process of getting that particular shot. I love that. But I love exhibiting my work. I love just bringing people together and having people see my work in a different light. Yeah, but exhibiting your work is the best thing you can do. I know for me it was. Just the simple fact that it opened up the art exhibition game to a whole nother level. I became way more knowledgeable in certain areas like print pricing, printing options, printing suppliers, paper types, frame options, frame suppliers. Like right now I'm having a hard time finding quality frames for quality prices. And I do know that if I did not start exhibiting my work, when I started exhibiting my work, I may not have been so knowledgeable in these particular areas that I am now, right? But my recent show at Top 10 Records, it was really nice. I like the way it was set up there, and I'm really happy the way it turned out. If you want to see more of my work, feel free to go to www.clearfade, that's with a K, clearfade with a K, .squarespace.com. Or you can check me out on Instagram at keita.fli, that's keita.fli, and check me out on there.